What's up, guys? It's Kyle, back with another episode, also known as the Panda Man, by the way, of Unlocking Your Inner Strength. Just out for a walk with Ainsley. She's saying hi. Hi, guys. What are you telling her? Yeah. She's got a lot to say right now. Got a lot to say. So, what we do? I was drained Friday. We had Ainsley. You wanna do the episode? She knows she's being recorded. So Friday I was out running warm-ups all day for the first ever color run at the kids' school, which is awesome. Brought me back to my phys ed days. I was a PE teacher for a number of years before I resigned to run Newell Strength full-time. Hard to believe, but I resigned in 2012, so 13 years ago this fall, for the end of this calendar year, is when I officially called it quits because I had to give 2 months notice. But I was out in the sun all day, and I've been trying to get a lot of sun. Man, I was zapped. I was out there for 6 or 7 hours, and it was hot. No shade. Luckily I had my hat on. My bald head didn't get torched. But yeah, I was feeling it. Rejuvenated myself. And did some pitching practice with Braxton Friday night. And Saturday, we had a full day. Did my workout. Did some tire throws over at the gym. You know, regular size tires, so it was pretty cool. Happened to have them laying around in the back of my truck. About 12 of them from the color run. Had a good check-in. Body fat was down a couple percentage points. Puts me in like the 6.5 range. Gonna continue to push the envelope here. Some new protocols with dry fasting. Actually, that's what this month's entire newsletter is gonna be dedicated to. So, pretty cool. Feeling good about that. Hitting all my daily things I said I was going to do for this fat shredder. Isometric posing, 45 minutes walking. 100 reps push-ups core daily. Biceps and delts. I'd like to get in another weight training day. Just got to fit it into the schedule. Actually, might go in today and hit some quick back and delts before I train a few clients. But today, I wanted to go over this idea of like imposter syndrome and being an expert. So being an expert only requires, now listen to this might blow your mind, for you to know 10% more than those that you're teaching. I'm going to repeat that because a lot of people just get in their own way thinking that they can't be a fitness instructor. They can't have their own online business with their own personal brand. Now, there's a whole science that goes into that. But a lot of people never start because, art and science, I should say, they never begin because they feel like they're not an expert. Well, you are an expert. And how do you become an expert? Look, I'm always learning, right? I don't think that should ever stop. But you already know enough. So get it out of your head. And as far as feeling like an imposter, everybody feels that at some level. So stop playing the victim. I don't care if you're Michael Jordan, Tony Robbins, you name it. All these people at one time or another, and they probably still deal with self-doubt at times. Like if you look at Bruce Springsteen, a lot of his songs were written when he was depressed. Right? I heard a musician my mom had on a show when they were over with the kids. We don't have the TV on much, but they, the boomer generation, right? She had it on the TV, and they were interviewing this singer. And she said, I felt like an imposter. I never knew if I could do it, blah, blah, blah. But yet they go on to sell millions of albums. Right? Do you think when Bruce Springsteen was depressed writing all these songs, that he felt like he was worthy of it. No, but he was doing what he had to do, what he set his mind to. So something you got to definitely work on. Now, how do you continue to develop your knowledge? Well, I like to leverage teaching and writing to further my knowledge. So as I was saying, this month's entire newsletter is about dry fasting. Why? Because that seems to be an area of interest for people. Obviously, people are interested in health and fat loss, so it ties right into that. And I'm doing dry fasting right now. I believe in immersing myself in that. So what I was doing before, I read for a half hour, then I took notes for a half hour. And I get back after this podcast, guess what? I'll write for a half hour. And to me, that's teaching. Then I'll talk about it as I do it. Right? So are you scheduling daily time to learn? Now, I can understand feeling like an imposter if you're not doing any type of self-development. You know, if you're never learning, well, you probably already know a good amount about what you're passionate about. But never let that well run dry. You got to constantly be acquiring knowledge. Like that is standard. That's the way you can really elevate yourself to a world-class level of expert. And I think they say if you read 20 pages a day, in 5 years you'll be a national expert. In 7 years you'll be one of the top experts in the world. Guys, the barrier to succeeding in your field is not that hard because most people are not doing the work, right? All it takes is committing a certain chunk each day to learning something, relearning something, reviewing something. And if you're not going to do that, then don't really know what to tell you, right? Because then do you really want to pursue that? And I think a lot of people get caught up in the judgment piece, right? I know they do. The brain is hypercritical when we look at mind mapping to judgment. So if I judge you the way the brain is wired, it means I could kick you out of my group. Your chance for survival will go down. You don't have as many resources or protection. On the outside of the tribe, where they put the people they judge or they kick out of the tribe, you're more likely to get killed by an enemy or a predator. So your brain does not like this feeling of judgment. Right? So when you put yourself out there as an expert, who cares? People are going to judge you no matter what. Right? But it's surface level. I get a lot of trolls with what I do, and that's a good sign. So I know I'm knocking on the right door. I'm talking about a different message that doesn't align with their views. And that's okay. I don't take it personal. Trolls are funny, right? I always wonder who in their mind thought, you know, when I grow up, I'm going to be a troll on social media. Like, it's just a bizarre, especially the men. Like, to me, that's so strange. And it's usually always men, at least with my stuff. But people are going to judge you. And then they forget about you. Most people aren't concerned with you. So get that out of your head. Just like you, what are your dominant thoughts? I can guarantee you that are about you. It's just like other people. When people want to look good for a certain way, they have to make the connection that getting in the best shape of their life is for them, not to impress other people. Have you ever gone on a vacation and remembered the physique that somebody had? Even if you saw like this jacked bodybuilder on the beach, you forget about it. It's like, whoa, that's a spectacle. Boom, back to what you were doing. Right, so nobody's looking at you and your body. I mean, that's kind of inside. You gotta get that out of your head and realize you're judging yourself. I'm not good enough. I don't know enough. Nobody's gonna listen to me. Guys, I deal with this all the time. I'm still shocked when people tell me, oh, I saw that video you did. I read that email. And I read your book. I was like, who, me? Oh, interesting. Right? Now, the one thing I can tell you that I've been really good at is just being consistent over years. Not the smartest guy out there, but I'm consistent. And I don't stop with what I put my mind to. Can't complete it all in a day, so get that out of your head too. But this is how you succeed. This is the mentality it takes. You are an expert. You can be an expert. Don't worry about the imposter syndrome. You don't have to fix that before you begin. Again, reference Bruce Springsteen or all these other depressed artists throughout the years that have put out legendary music that billions of people have listened to. So really think about that. And when it comes to studying, usually for me, this stuff I either struggle with, that's why I study it so much, that's why I study the mind so much, because I always knew that for me I felt like a deficiency there. So I said, okay, I gotta learn as much as I can about my mind, how the human mind works. And guess what? I'm an expert in mindset and mind mapping. So the opportunity is right there in front of you if you seize them. Take advantage. Take advantage of that. All right. Ainsley's had enough, guys. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Get on my email list if you're not already on there. Just go to Kyle at Panda Man Official. Get one of the free gifts. You get on there. I send out a daily email and let you know what I got coming down the pike that can benefit you. Later, guys.